Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with what I melted over the last week, and I do believe it's been just about a week. I'm gonna try to talk kind of quiet. My kids are in bed. It is a school night. Before I get into that, I do want to kind of, I guess, talk about a couple things that were mentioned, like commented in my last video. So with our little Florida update. So I had a couple people who commented and then decided to delete their comments, but I was able to see their comments, but I couldn't respond because they deleted them. So both were kind of on the negative side. So I do want to just kind of clarify some things so, you know, maybe you guys have more of an understanding. So first of all, Robert relocating to Florida by himself is not an option because, for one, because both comments that were negative were, I don't even know the people who commented, honestly. I never seen them before. I do not know who they are. But both were asking about, well, why wouldn't he drop everything to go get his kid? Okay, so for starters, I'm going to unpack just a little bit of it before I get into my video. So for starters, when you are dealing with the courts and you are dealing with DCF, you have, there is hoops you have to jump through. So the first thing is the courts. For people who have dealt with courts, you guys know court takes time. Court is not something that he could go down for a weekend and get his kid. It can drag out for months. It can be something that is just taking so much time. They can convene and reconvene and, you know, have a long intermission in between. We spoke with a couple lawyers. Basically what would be expected of him to fight this would be for him to move by himself, because I cannot move with him right now. I have to stay in Tennessee for the next 6 years. Would be for him to move by himself to Florida. He would have to get a job there. He would have to get an apartment or a rental or something there. And he would have to show them that he has moved back, he has started working, because if he goes down there temporarily, quote, temporarily, to try to get his kid, and he doesn't have a job down there, but he has his job here. His job here is not going to keep his position for the however long he's gone. So for one, he would have to quit his job here, and there's no guarantee he'd get it back, which he's got a really good job here. Two, I don't know about y'all, but especially with the state of the world right now, we can't afford, my family cannot afford to support 2 households. And essentially that's what we would be doing. He'd be living there. I'd be living here. We'd have double rent, double utilities, double everything. Not to mention, he does not drive. We are working on getting him his driver's license, but even then he is not really in the comfort zone to drive everywhere, because he's never driven. He's always just had this little fear of driving. So saying, oh, I would drop everything and go down and get my kid, in a perfect world, yes. And we want more than anything to go down and get him, but we have to do this reasonable. No court is going to look at him being down there with no job, no house, no nothing. The only person he could stay with is his sister, and she does not have the space for him. And because DCF is involved, DCF would do a home visit. And literally the only person, she's the only person that he could stay with, and she does not have enough room. They would decline everything because, and he would have to stay down there until they tell him he could bring him back. So right now, if DCF pulls custody from her and gives custody to us, we can bring him here. That's the downside. That's the other side of it. So if we go down and file a motion through the court on our own, he would have to stay down there with Liam until they approved a transport, which would be, it could be months, it could be years. If DCF pulls custody from her, we can bring him here. That's what we were told by the court clerk, or not the court clerk, the lawyer, receptionist. I did a consultation with 3 different lawyers in the area down there. And Florida has a thing where we can't fight it from here. He physically has to be there. he will not go without me. That there's just there's nothing to say. He will not be down there, because honestly, he again, he has a job, he has a home here. Him relocating by himself is just not feasible. Financially, we would be like dead. I mean, financially, we could not afford for him to have rent, utilities, et cetera, in another place while we're paying rent, utilities, everything else here. So, and I know I'm putting it out there. It mostly was the whole going to get Mason's ashes that we were doing. Then we found out all this information. As of right now, DCF is not touching the case. DCF, as of now, is still not, like, they are a mother state, and it shows, because they will leave them in this poor situation. The biggest hurdle we have had is they've made mention of, if we would take her other 3 kids, we could get Liam. But 1, the other 3 kids are not Robert's. 2, we can't afford these other 3 kids. They're not ours. And they would, like, it would be like a temporary thing, and we would again have to relocate to Florida to do that, because they, like, their fathers are not custody material fathers, but their fathers do have partial custody, so it would run into, we would have to relocate for that. So either way, the only way to do this is if they pull custody willingly. As of right now, they're not interested in doing that, so we just have to wait. I mean, our hands are literally tied. Like, we went through all the channels to find out what we would need to do, and there is absolutely nothing that we can do right now. I cannot move out of the state. I cannot leave Tennessee. So I don't know what to tell y'all. And I know I shouldn't have put my business out there, but I kind of wanted to update everybody with what was going on and why, we were taking a trip to Florida, and I have a bunch of friends on here, so I just kind of wanted to share what was going on. If there was any way possible that we could do it, we would do it in a heartbeat. We would leave tonight if we had to. But there is absolutely no way for us to do it right now, because then you're also adding in, nobody's thinking about the thousands of dollars in lawyer and court fees, because we were quoted $5,000 to retain a lawyer, and that was by 3 different lawyers in different areas of that area, because the court cases are in the Lakeland area. It's actually Sebring, which is near Lakeland. And so we contacted a lawyer in Sebring, we contacted a lawyer in Lakeland, and we contacted one other, I can't remember where it was. And they all quoted the same thing, $5,000, and they said that there's absolutely no guarantee, because Florida's a mother state. There's absolutely no guarantee that he would get custody, and it would possibly cost more because they'd have to keep fighting it. So, yeah, so we are pretty much stuck. So that's kind of what I wanted to start with, because I did have several comments, and I was like, why can't I see these comments? And then I figured out that they were deleted. So and surprisingly, for the lady who is one of my subscribers that lives in Pasco County, Pasco County was actually the one county that was willing to work with us and was actually wanting to give Robert custody. But then they had this whole thing where the state would not pull custody, because see, the DCF, each county can do certain things, but to pull custody, they have to go to Tallahassee. They have to go through Tallahassee to do it. And Tallahassee said she's only had these cases in this county. She doesn't have a current case where she's currently living, so whatever. The investigator for Sebring told my husband that that was her first case in their counties, and he said, what about the multitude of open cases she had in Pasco County? And they said, we really don't pay attention to the other counties. She said, we are our own county, we are our own DCF office, we do not pay attention to the other counties. So she can jump county to county, keep getting open cases, and as long as she doesn't have more than one open case in a county, they're fine. Now, if she goes back to Pasco County and she gets another open case, they already said they would pull him and give him to us. They have Robert's contact information to do that. Now, her family is split. Her dad lives in Pasco County. Her mom lives in Highlands County, which is where Sebring is. So pretty much she only has stayed between those two counties because she is not independent. She has never had a job. She's 30 years old. She's never had a job. She's never lived on her own. And so she won't live too far from her family, whether it's her dad or her mom. And she has relatives in Pasco County also. So her mom's the only one she has in Sebring. So then if she kind of burns her bridge there, they'll go back to Pasco. So it's just a matter of time. But yes, we would go get him if we could. If there was any way that we could go and get him, we could. We would be looking at between lawyer's fees, housing, the whole 9 yards, him, having to find another job. The job market in Florida right now is not the best. The housing market in Florida is atrocious. He would have to get like a 2-bedroom, because even a 1-bedroom, they could claim that, oh, he doesn't have enough room. Although he could say, oh, the kids go sleep in my room and I'll sleep in the living room. They don't want that. They want each person to have a bedroom. So a 2-bedroom would be way, way, way too expensive. So we're just, we would be looking at a minimum of $10,000 to $12,000 for everything that would need to be done. And I don't know about you all, but I don't have that kind of money. It's like I have a savings, but it's not that big. So yeah, so that's pretty much where we're at. We are at a standstill. There's absolutely nothing we can do right now. We just have to wait for everything to go into motion. And it's gonna, like I told Robert, I said it could be 2 weeks, it could be 2 years, but there's legally nothing, legally or physically, we can do at this point, because the state is always going to side with the mother until they feel the mother is not appropriate for the child. That's the words that they told us, through the court, the sheriff's office, and the lawyer's offices. They all said the same thing, because the sheriff's office said, well, we can't pull him unless he is at this very moment being abused. Well, we didn't know what was going on, because we were physically sitting in a parking lot on the phone with the sheriff's office while we were still down there. And he said, we can't pull him unless unless he's being beaten right this minute. And I'm like, we don't know where he's at right this minute. So it's like, we've gotten guidance. We know now what our options are, which our options really suck. In a heartbeat, we would be down there and getting him. But Robert will not relocate without me. He, can't. He just can't. He cannot move down there without me. We cannot afford to support 2 households. So it just is not even on the table at this point, unless DCF steps in, which it's not looking likely, because he contacted DCF and DCF was like, meh. All right, so 13 minutes in, we'll show you why we are here. So I actually got through quite a bit this week. This is only a week's worth. I've really been focusing on melting and getting through some of my stash, because I have so much wax. These stashes are not going very well lately. Like, you can post, you can discount, and they sit, unless it's like Salt Mountain, Swanky, or Teddy Bees. It's not going to sell. That's just what I've noticed. So I've really been focusing on melting my stash. I do have a couple hauls now. I have a Sassy Girl haul that I did a week ago that I have not uploaded yet, and then I have an L3 ready to ship haul that I'm going to record after this. So that is everything. All right, so I did some Rosemary's Baby. This is Rosemary Mint Herbal Lavender Bedtime Bath from Super Tarts. This is one of my favorite scents. I love this one. It is very fresh. That Rosemary Mint and Bedtime Bath is just a nice fresh scent, and then the lavender is in there, and it's just very calming. It's really good. Joey, you better leave her alone. All right, I'm trying to get things organized here. I'm trying to do my bags first, which is not working the best. Okay, I also did some more Janine from Super Tarts. This is Mac Apple Downy and Pink Chiffon. And I do have another. I'm so excited because I found a bag of this in a D-stash. I know I'm not supposed to be buying anything, but this is like a go-to staple for me. It is so good. I didn't get any when it was offered in the pre-order, because I was like, oh, I have this little bag. And then my bitch ass thought that was enough, and it's not. So I did buy one in a D-stash. It is so good. So that laundry mix with the apple is amazing. And I know you guys are like used to me being super loud, but again, my kids are sleeping. It is a school night, so I'm trying not to be too loud to wake them. Because y'all know this bitch has some lungs. All right. Then from Teddy Bees, and this I cannot get to cooperate for anything at this point. It is at that point in the emptiness. I'm gonna transport these last few pieces into this other bag. Because see, this bag is so smudged and gross. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna transport these last few pieces and just throw the label in. That way I know what it is. So I can smell it and now know what it is. But all right, then from Teddy Bees, I did some beaches. This is that Bobby Brown beach type. So I am down to, I will cut this one in half. And then, so I have about 4 pieces left. It is really good. It is really strong. I don't know how old it is. There is no date on the bag. But I can tell you right now, it is so strong. And that's one that I really enjoy. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish that up, I hope, this week. I'm trying to get through and find the... trying to get through the bags before I do clams and scoops. Okay. From L3, I did some Garnier Fructis Boardwalk Mellow Clouds Berrylicious. So I only have a few pieces left of this. I've been doing this a lot in the bathroom. So Garnier Fructis is a shampoo dupe, and it is like my favorite. So long story short, when Robert and I met, the day Robert and I met in person, I had washed my hair that morning and I used Garnier Fructis. So now, like, that is a nostalgic scent for him, because when he hugged me the first time we met each other in person, he smelled, because like I'm 6-7 inches shorter than him, so like his face was right in my hair and he could smell the shampoo. So like when I wash my hair, I wash my hair about every other day. When I wash my hair, he'll like grab my hair and just start inhaling it. And I'm like, oh dude, what are you doing? And he's like, it's just nostalgic for me. So Garnier Fructis is something we just both really love. And then I really like her Boardwalk Mellow Clouds, and the Berrylicious just gives it a little hint of something else. I do like this. I have a whole nother loaf. I believe I also have a chunk bag. I think I got this in a custom also. I don't remember. All right. From Super Tarts, I found a bag of Jasper I wanted to work on. It is Satsuma and White Clouds. So this is super old. You can tell by the label. It's probably 2018-ish. It's still throwing very well. So her Satsuma is real good. And the White Clouds is like a creamy laundry. It is good. I put this in the bathroom. I was going through my old stuff and I thought, oh, I need to finish all this older, you know, Super Tarts. It's still throwing well, but I know there's going to come a time where it won't. All right. Next, I did some more Beetlemania from VCS. This is from 2018, so it is ready to be finished. It is sweet blue raspberry, strawberry slushy, and blue cotton candy. It is good. I only have a handful of pieces left. I really like blue raspberry cotton candy, and I really like that strawberry slushy type vibe from it. I love it. I'm trying to finish it up just because how old it is. It is over 3 years old. Still throwing very well. So for VCS, I do kind of lose scent around the 4-hour mark with the older stuff, but that's okay because I'm really getting to the point where by about 5 or 6 hours, I'm ready to switch it out anyway. So I'm kind of okay with it losing the scent because then I have an excuse to put something different on. So I'm trying to get everything organized here. You know, I am the Hot Mess Express. I am like the conductor of the fucking Hot Mess Express. So here I am trying to, here you see me trying to act like I have some sense. Okay, then I did some more Cupboard Under the Stairs from L3. This one is starting to lose its scent also. This is a lighter strawberry. It's like strawberry cake with Nilla wafers. It's good, but that is super light at this point. But then this Mango Coconut Co Salty Sierra is older. This is from September. That one's from December of 2018, and this is still throwing like a beast. So I think it might just be the blend. Like that is a Cupboard Under the Stairs is a lighter blend in general. Mango Coconut Co Salty Sierra is really good. It's mango. It's got that beachy, coconutty Salty Sierra. Okay, so that's it for bags. I have clam shells. You okay? Jesus. Okay, Eaten Alive from Super Tarts, sea salt, ozone, seagrass, plum, pear, pomegranate. So this is a good example as to why I've started bagging my clams. Look how soft this is. So I got this in a D-stash, and you can, and when I got it, it was already like this, but you can tell, and this one isn't that old because this is a newer label, probably from 2020. But yeah, you can see how warped the clamshell is. Now this still threw very, very well. I put a cube of this on last night. It was kind of like I was doing my studying, and it was still throwing amazingly. I got that good pomegranate with that, I was gonna say beach nights with the jaws. It probably lasted a good 6 hours, but that is why I've started bagging my newer clamshells. Everything that I've gotten recently, I have bagged. So these I'm just trying to finish up. Then I did a cube of Phoenix, which is pineapple whipped cream and marshmallow. I love this. So this is all I have. This is on my list. Despite being on a ban, I do have a list. So being on a wax ban, I have Teddy Bees, I will buy, and Super Tarts, I have a list. And this is one of those things on that list. This is so good. So I'm not much on pineapple and wax, but the marshmallow and the whipped cream really make it really creamy. It's really good. All right, I have a few from Teddy Bees. Breaking Dawn, Tips for It Lavender, Cashmere Cream, Marshmallows and Magnolias. I did probably 1 or 2 of these this week. It is real good. So her Tips for It Lavender, I can't remember if it's lavender chamomile or lavender coconut milk. I can't remember. All I know is I love it. And then mixed with that Boardwalk Mallow Clouds. Marshmallows and Magnolias is her Boardwalk Mallow Clouds. It is a staple of mine. If that's offered again, I'll be buying it. Then I did a cube of Sweet Lavender Twist, which is lavender, vanilla, pink sugar, cotton candy frosting. So I did a cube of this. I got this in a D-stash. It is from 2020. This was super good. Super, like a sweet lavender. I don't know if it's a sweet lavender or if it's the cotton candy pink sugar made it sweet. All I know is I really like this. This kind of reminds me of that sugared lavender twist from Better Homes and Gardens from Walmart. And then I did a cube of Boudoir, which is pink sugar, Palo Santo, and sugar cookies. So there was like 1 and like a 4th. No, this one was missing. No, this one, there was a 4th left. I did a cube in my bedroom, and then I did a cube, and I did that 4th in my kitchen because that warmer got a much larger dish. This is really good. It's a feminine Palo Santo because of that pink sugar, but it's really good. And it's got that little hint of bakery from the sugar cookies. I really like this scent a lot. All right, I do have 2 scoopables. Aphrodite's Elixir, which is honeydew melon and lavender. And Aphrodite's Elixir is it lavender chamomile? I can't remember. I just know I really like this combo a lot. It's really good. So I'm really loving this honeydew mixed with lavender type thing. Very calming. And then blackberry tangerine peach bellini. So this one I did in my bathroom and kitchen the other day. Oh, so good. It is very fruity. It's kind of got like a fizzy note from that peach bellini, but it's really good. All right, I actually have a few empties this week. I had been really slacking on the empties, but I actually emptied a few things. Okay, so I'm gonna start with scent shots. So from Sugar and Spice, I did cotton candy marshmallow cake. So I did cut these in half. This is really good. It is very light though. I did half in my kitchen, half in my living room. It was good. I could detect something was on, but of course, cotton candy and marshmallow are so light, you know, without something else, that it would have been probably better as a blender. All right, and then I also did Salty Sierra Blackberry Marshmallow Fluff Bonfire Bliss from Sugar and Spice. These I got in a D-stash. I love Sugar and Spice. I ordered from her several years ago. And this is good. So you got that bonfire and you got that Salty Sierra, and I definitely got that blackberry. It was really good. Really good for this time of year, that Salty Sierra bonfire combo. I finished 1 clam, Ravenclaw, blue raspberry, and lavender. This is one I will definitely pick up in 1 or 2 bam bags when it's offered again. It has not been offered in a while. I love it. I think I've gone through a couple clams. All right, I finished a bag of It Wasn't Just a Dream from Super Tarts, pink sugar, lavender cream, peppermint. I have so much of this. I have probably 3 or 4 more bams. but I love this scent. It is very calming. It's dual purpose. It's really good for sleep, but it's really good if you're stuffy or if you have a headache. Just that peppermint really helps. I have one from that Smell Good shop. I finished Overlook Hotel, Lemon Lavender Fresh Linen. So Robert was taking a nap because of course he works nights, and my melt basket is in my bedroom. I didn't want to keep going in and out, so I grabbed this from the living room because I have all my laundry scents in the living room. I was like, well, shit. So I grabbed this, and I was like, I'm kind of in the mood for that. So it was real good. I don't get any lavender. I get all lemon and laundry. And finally, I finished a bag of Surfside Sweet Shop from Teddy Bees. It's birthday cake, marshmallow cream, butter cookies, cake batter, and beach treats. So I held on to this because I only had one loaf. Now I have 3 loaves, so I thought I can finish this bag now. This is a go-to staple of mine. It is so good. Very heavy on the beach nights, but then you also get that kind of cake batter. Yeah, I get the cake batter type scent. Her birthday cake is pretty strong by itself, so I get that as well. So that's everything for this week. I got through quite a bit. I finished a few things. I'm really starting to put a little dent in my stash. Not a lot of a dent, but I am. I'm pretty much like, one lady wanted me to buy like a lot. There was one thing I wanted, and she's like, I have this lot. And I'm like, I'm not buying lots right now because I can't resell the stuff that is, you know, that I don't want. Like, it's like destashing is just ridiculous right now. So anyways, so that is everything for this video. I will talk to you later. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.